sounds good. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry we were having technical difficulties. It's great to be with everyone today. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to 2021 ITS Pennsylvania Annual Conference. For years, ITS Pennsylvania has been a valuable partner in helping PennDOT advance operations and emerging technology within Pennsylvania. As you're all aware, Pennsylvania has a complex multimodal transportation network. Our team helps manage 40,000 miles of roadway, 25,000 bridges, 53 transit system, 12 million registered vehicles, and about 29,000 of which are electric vehicles. This global pandemic in early 2020 forced every state DOT to immediately pivot and adjust to ensure continuity of operations. Operations staff went from having ample tools and resources at their fingertips to having to adapt to a restrained telework environment. However, by building a resilient system, PennDOT had the flexibility to deal with unprecedented situations, switching into a new mode of operations within a matter of hours. As with any change, there were new challenges. Limited bandwidth and screen space forced operators to move away from traditional tools such as CCTV cameras and focus on new and low bandwidth detection tools and dashboards. And it decreased, although there were a decrease in traffic, which helped address congestion in some locations, the decreased volume also changed the optimal traffic signal timing. And however, the traffic signal technology allowed us to quickly adjust timing using detection, communications, and performance measures. So although our transportation is in some ways returning to pre-COVID conditions, expectations for future transportation technology has changed. For example, we continue to evaluate drones as a potential tool to help with performing tasks while maintaining social distancing. But we're also examining how drones support the strained supply chain through short distance deliveries. Back in 2019, there was a strong focus on automation within transit fleets. And although there's still an interest, automated freight has become a higher priority, and Pennsylvania has become the latest state to allow for autonomous personal delivery devices or PDDs. And in June, KiwiBot became the first authorized PDD in Pennsylvania and began food deliveries in Pittsburgh this month. There have been countless lessons learned from our experiences operating during this pandemic, and for sure, the need for flexibility and resiliency when planning and operating is paramount. The work PennDOT has put into operations has allowed the flexibility to address everyday issues and also the ability to address future and unforeseen changes. PennDOT has modernized through recent industry improvements to technology and data, and we continue expanding the use of technology to effectively manage and provide real-time traveler information. And as you know, real-time travel information reduces congestion and maximizes the capacity of our roadways. As data availability and field device technology evolve, transportation agencies transition from specific reporting and applications to multiple applications and non-infrastructure data sources like vehicle probe and crowdsourced data. Data has become the backbone of how PennDOT operates our roadway system. It's ingrained in everything we do, from providing situational awareness to allowing for database notification and automated decision-making to analyzing and assessing how we maintain and improve our performance. However, it's no longer enough to rely on one data source. To get the full picture, PennDOT has begun to correlate and fuse a variety of data sets. This allows for new capabilities for performance monitoring, implementing new applications, as well as expanding data sharing for roadway information. It allows us to ingest information from other sources, such as connected vehicles via DOT hosted database or data hubs. With the increased reliance on data comes new challenges, obviously. And how do you ingest and store the data while assuring timeliness, assuring security, quality control of all data sources? How do you share the data? As a result, PennDOT is looking at ways to build out its own resilient fiber communications network. So we're currently developing a statewide fiber and smart mobility strategic plan to ensure fiber is strategically incorporated into our planning processes and coordinated between various stakeholders to meet the needs of Pennsylvania as a whole. And to properly use data and optimize operations, PennDOT believes the following principles are key to ensuring the continued growth and use of data moving forward. First, we need to create a comprehensive, timely, and accurate asset management system to properly manage life cycle and reliability of all devices. We also must ensure that solutions and applications are interoperable and data is standardized across both internal and external systems. And it's critical that we incorporate and plan for future growth through artificial intelligence and automation. We believe all of this is necessary to ensure resiliency. Asset management is necessary for effective deployments and planning for the technology and data needs of today as well as tomorrow. However, this is an area where a lot of DOTs are struggling. And unfortunately, due to a patchwork rollout, antiquated technology, and a decade of technology innovation, a lot of asset management data are not integrated and making it difficult to input or pull information. It also makes it hard to perform a life cycle analysis, which are critical to future planning of new as well as upgrading existing assets to ensure our network stays relevant. Although this is not ideal, DOTs can still function. However, that will not be the case in the future, knowing that a wave of new data from sources like connected and automated vehicles is coming. Not only there will be an expectation to ingest additional information, there will also be an equal expectation to share more information with the public and various technology developers. At PennDOT, we're not only updating our asset management system inventories, we're also using the information to better plan, deploy, and manage our field infrastructure to the fullest. We're working towards digital plans, and we are integrating all ITS and traffic signal data into a single asset management database and ensuring interoperability with other systems. We are using historical information as well as new data to better assess the longevity of assets in the field and to properly plan from a budget and also maintenance standpoint. We're also aligning our back-end databases to contain the appropriate information and fields to align national standards, such as the Work Zone Data Exchange specification. With comprehensive asset management systems, PennDOT can be proactive versus reactive when utilizing data to prepare for the future. Interoperability and standardization are also essential to ensure we can effectively use data to improve operations. It is a simple idea, but it's still a challenge for state DOTs. Not only do you need to have interoperability between your own systems, but also with the systems of other infrastructure owner operators, such as the local governments. That is why PennDOT is looking toward open architectures and standards. Without this consistency, As connected and automated vehicles come to fruition, we will never achieve their full safety and mobility benefits. It is also worth noting that when talking about standardization, too many people only think about the technical aspects and do not consider the importance of the administrative procedures. PennDOT is taking some innovative approaches to interoperability when it comes to traffic signals. There are approximately 14,000 traffic signals in Pennsylvania, and they're all owned and operated by 1,200 local governments, where the traffic signals are located, even at the intersections of the state roadways. And although PennDOT initially installs and establishes standards and specifications and maintains a list of approved products, municipalities have options on specific equipment, such as controller manufacturers. While there is a national standard on traffic signals, many data elements needed to operate applications are optional or undefined in the standard. This leaves manufacturers to develop incompatible proprietary solutions. And to promote a competitive open marketplace, we modified our specifications to require manufacturers to share their management information bases, allowing PennDOT to create a unified command and control platform within our advanced traffic management system. So instead of using multiple computers and software programs to control the signals along a critical corridor that crosses multiple municipalities and jurisdictions, any signal can be controlled from a single interface in any traffic management center. And this centralized system will also make it easier for us to maintain and operate roadside units at signalized intersection for connected vehicle applications. In addition, PennDOT is working with Ohio and Michigan through the Smart Belt Coalition, examining ways to align processes to support truck platooning and automated freight operations across jurisdictional boundaries. Knowing that states have different ways to authorize operations and share data with industry, the Smart Belt Coalition is working to identify the common elements of state regulations and agency policies. To aid in our research, the coalition partnered with the automated trucking company Locomation. Locomation performed a level 4 automated platooning demonstration between Pittsburgh, Toledo, and Detroit. The coalition and Locomation are now looking at ways to streamline operations and coordination among agencies to allow for large-scale interstate operations in the future. Arguably, the greatest coming advancement in transportation is the continued incorporation of artificial intelligence and automation. A lot of focus has been placed on vehicle automation with the hope of reaching new safety standards and improved mobility for all roadway users. PennDOT has a unique opportunity to experience this emerging technology firsthand. We've had testing occurring on public roadways since 2011. AV developers such as Argo AI, Aurora, and Locomation are headquartered in Pennsylvania, and new companies such as Waymo are moving in. PennDOT is actively working with various stakeholders to prepare Pennsylvania roadways for large-scale deployment of AVs in the future. This is being achieved through strategic plan development, initiation of testing guidance, and ongoing research and pilot deployment. Although a lot of focus is on vehicle automation, it is also important to recognize the incorporation of artificial intelligence into our existing operational tools. At PennDOT, our operations personnel are using artificial intelligence to identify potential areas of concern, such as queuing to alert motorists faster than a traditional operator. Not only does this improve safety, It also allows traffic management centers to focus on other priorities. As technology continues to progress, artificial intelligence will continue to supplement and enhance existing operations. Even with new technology emerging, there are still current transportation challenges such as funding and workforce. Our state-maintained system is roughly equal to state system of New York, New Jersey, and all New England states combined. However, where other states use general fund dollars, various taxes and fees, in Pennsylvania, 78% of Pennsylvania's highway and bridge funding comes from gas tax. As a result, our source is susceptible, as we saw during the pandemic. PennDOT's latest assessment places the annual gap of its needs in all state-level modes and facilities at $9.3 billion, growing to an annual $14.5 billion gap by 2030. Additionally, infrastructure maintained by local governments faces an annual shortfall of nearly $4 billion, growing to $5.1 billion per year by 2030. We need to ensure investments continue in those needs to support our economies as well as lifestyles. On March 12th, Governor Wolf signed an executive order creating the Transportation Revenue Options Commission, chaired by PennDOT and including nearly 50 transportation, economic, community stakeholders from the public and private sectors, also including majority and minority leaders from the state and Senate transportation as well as appropriation committees. On July 30th, the commission presented the governor a final report. The TROC report presents an overview of transportation funding in Pennsylvania and outlines the commission's review of several potential revenue sources, including road user charges, tolling, redirection of funding, fees, and taxes. No one wants to pay more, but we cannot let our system fail. The dramatic shift towards electric vehicles is a great thing for our climate, as well as safety, as well as automation becomes more, as automation becomes more integrated. However, we rely so heavily on the gas tax that it creates a problem for us. We have been talking for years about this concern. This commission outlined the challenges and acknowledged that we must do something. As far as technology and policy are concerned, President Biden's goal of 50% EVs, electrical vehicles, in new vehicles by 2030 aligns with industry commitments. And it's right around the corner. The report works toward replacing the gas tax. This is the TROC report. We must support this new electric future. But again, we cannot let the system fail due to lack of funding. TROC recommends that leadership and technical teams be established to support the administration and General Assembly in further evaluation and implementation of potential funding options. Our work is far from over. PennDOT is committed to continued collaboration with stakeholders and our colleagues in the General Assembly in support of reliable transportation funding. In addition to funding, we recognize the importance of having a skilled, knowledgeable, and diverse workforce to help tackle our most pressing transportation challenges. As PennDOT Secretary, I'm committed to talking more with students and young professionals throughout the state and country to help encourage more women and people of color to pursue and excel in STEM careers. I believe it's critical to engage the next generation in the discussion about the changing transportation needs, equity, and the latest innovations in safety and transportation. We also must ensure we have workforce policies in place to help women advance and succeed in their careers in transportation and in government. Now, more than ever, we need empathetic leaders who understand that people are also caring for their loved ones. while balancing their careers. Employees need flexibility and leave policies that allow people to live balanced and full lives, both during the pandemic and as we recover. At PennDOT, we've made recruitment a priority. In fact, our recruitment efforts have increased nearly threefold since 2014. We also work to engage young people through several different programs and introduce them to the possibility of a career in transportation, particularly with PennDOT. Our School to Employment program, or STEP program, is a paid year-long program that provides meaningful work experiences for high school seniors to introduce them to the various career opportunities in transportation. We also provide contract management and work with various organizations to help encourage and connect women, minorities, and underserved populations with highway and bridge construction jobs. Once people join our team, we provide various mentoring and leadership opportunities for our employees, providing them with access to the tools they need and want to be successful. However, it's important that we stay competitive with the private sector and demonstrate to potential employees the advantages of a career with PennDOT. This is a focus for all Pennsylvania state agencies to help ensure that people understand the benefits of a career in state service. There are a lot of challenges, and future can hold some uncertainties. However, by working with the ITS Pennsylvania membership and other stakeholders, I'm certain we can ensure Pennsylvania's transportation system can meet all current and future needs. Thank you for the opportunity to provide you with an update, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the annual conference.
Thank you, Secretary Gramian. We appreciate you joining us today, and those were a lot of wonderful updates and some of the work that you're doing throughout PennDOT, and especially with the mentorship and leadership of our future leaders within the industry. I'd like to open it up if anybody would have any questions for the Secretary today. All right, well, see if any questions come in, but we really do appreciate you joining us today, and we're sorry for the technical difficulties, but it was great. Amber, I think we have a few prizes to also give away, and see if we have any questions come in for the Secretary in the meantime.
We do, and I'm trying to finalize this list. So if you bear with me for a minute here, I just want to make sure I've got everybody correctly selected. Bear with me. Right. Here we go. We will be raffling off the ITSPA membership first. Chuck, you have won your company 1 year membership with ITS Pennsylvania. Congratulations. We will be making note and communicating with you and your recorded designee. So you should be hearing from Dom DeAndrea regarding next year's membership. Congratulations. All right, and now for the $200 to Longwood Gardens. For those unaware, Longwood Gardens is just outside of Kennett Square near the Delaware-Pennsylvania border on the eastern side of the state. It is a huge grounds with fountains and meadows, indoor plants, sculptures, just a really good time. And so we wanted to have this for the opportunity to go year round. As Jenny said earlier, it does not expire. And so that winner is Adam Apple. Congratulations. You will be receiving an email from myself for that, as that was on behalf of Rubinski Engineering. So I appreciate everybody, and we will have looks like now about a 20-minute break until our 2 o'clock session. So hopefully you guys stay around. And as Steve McGinley said, Adam, it's near Victory Brewing, so another opportunity as part of your Lawn and Gardens. But again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Secretary, for coming on. And we look forward to talking to everybody again at 2 o'clock.